Today, I wanted to talk about the topic about how to flee from temptation and any sin that you are dealing with. Sometimes in the life, we can go through any addictions or through any struggles in our life, like lust or being addicted to watching um, like sexual content or addicted to like smoking or a drug or any of those type of things that we know that is wrong and that is a sin. We can become slaves to those type of things in our life, but we don't have to be slaves. If we seek Jesus, he will set us free from those chains and that addiction that we go through. I want to share with you guys a verse in the Bible. The first verse in the Bible is Genesis 39 verse 17. It says, "She caught him by his garment, saying, 'Lie with me.' But he left his garment in her hand and fled, and got out of the house." In this story, it's Potiphar's wife and Joseph. Joseph was a good man in the sight of God, and he was just a good man in general. And in the Bible, Joseph was working for a man, and he was being good to the man, obeying him and just being good to him. But the man's wife, Potiphar's wife, that's the man that Joseph was serving, Potiphar. Um, Potiphar's wife wanted to lie with Joseph, and Joseph knew that it was wrong for him to do such a thing. But and then she kept going to him. She kept trying to force him to lie with him, but he kept refusing and refusing. And what he did when she got a hold of him and was about to force him, what he did was he left his garment in her hand. He left it with her, and he ran away from her. And the key word is ran, because when we fight temptation, we shouldn't fight it. Or yeah, when we go through temptation, we shouldn't fight the temptation. That's the worst thing that we can do. God calls us to flee from the temptation and not fight it, because temptation, it is not a battle that we can overcome by ourselves. We need Jesus. And once again, he doesn't call us to fight. He calls us to flee from it, because if we fight the temptation, we will continue to fall over and over and over again. The second verse that I want to share with you guys comes from James 4:7, and it says that, "Submit yourselves, therefore, to God. Resist the devil, and he will flee from you." When Potiphar's wife kept tempting Joseph, he kept holding back. He kept resisting it over and over again. She at least asked him like 3 times or four, and what he did was he ran from it. So Jesus calls us to not fight. He calls us to resist. We can use our free will to resist it. And just keep resisting over and over and over again. Don't fall into it. Know that you shouldn't fall into it, and just don't fight it, but just don't think about it. When we get those intrusive thoughts, when we start to think bad, give it all to God. Give your intrusive thoughts to God and surrender it all to Him, because He can fight it for you and He has the strength that we don't. Without God, we can't overcome any temptation. So resist the temptation and flee from it. Those are the ways we can defeat temptation. And most importantly, seek Jesus above everything. Because the more we seek Jesus, the more our our desire to commit sin will go away. So don't try to overcome the sin by yourself, but know that you need Jesus. Continue to follow Him, continue to stay in your word and pray. He will break you free from the chains you are going through. And just know, don't fight and flee from it and resist from it. We have to use our free will. Thanks so much for watching. I would appreciate if you would subscribe and like, but you don't have to. And all glory to God and stay safe.